that operators behind the scenes are working to get the identifiers or the biographic information on this individual to try to ascertain who he was and what motivated him. There's already rhetoric on social media assigning blame for what happened. We don't know yet who this individual was. The Secret Service does have, relatively speaking, a limited protection mission under U.S. law. It's for the current president and vice president, and then the former president and his family members, and then the nominee for president and nominee for vice president. Beyond that, there are a range of potential targets that could be at enhanced risk in light of what happened tonight. So behind the scenes, I am learning that individuals are speaking with not just the Secret Service, but other law enforcement officials who have protection missions at the Department of Justice, U.S. Capitol Police, and of course, state and local officials who are protecting individuals in their jurisdiction. So there's a coordinated intelligence and law enforcement effort right now to ensure that additional protectees have the resources that they need to hopefully stay safe.
And we know that a lot of those were enhanced after the violence of January 6th and the political violence of concern due to threats against lawmakers. You were, Sam, raising the risk on a global scale that this image of the former president, the Republican nominee, not being adequately protected by U.S. law enforcement. To your point on the global amplification here of this, it is the BBC, our partners out of the UK, who were reporting earlier today and spoke with a witness who says that he saw the gunman on a roof minutes before the shots were fired. And I want to play that sound for you now.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%.
That was an eyewitness there on the ground, his account being shared with our partners at the BBC, that being amplified, that exact message being amplified around the world, that at the very high-profile political event in Pennsylvania today, an event that Donald Trump himself tried to draw attention to, saying he had big news to announce, that an individual there saw a man with a rifle go into position. He told the BBC he tried to bring that to the attention of law enforcement on the ground. He referred to them as police, not exactly sure whether he meant local police or Secret Service, but he said there was a failure to act as he saw a clear threat, at least in his view. I just want to update our viewers that Donald Trump has left the hospital that he had initially been taken to, Butler Memorial Hospital in Pennsylvania. And our CBS reporters are saying that it's not clear where he is headed next. I'm sure they don't want to detail a lot of his movements at this hour for understandable security reasons, but that he had been planning to go back to his home in New Jersey and then on to Milwaukee for this massive political event that will be gripping all of us throughout the week, the Republican National Convention. Our CBS News reporter Nicole Skenga is on the phone. Nicole, I know you, along with so many of our colleagues, are just trying to get hold of anyone with insight into what is happening with the investigation at this hour. Have you learned anything?